As we all know, communication is the foundation of every human relationship, and as Paul Václavic said, one cannot not communicate. It was with this in mind that I decided to focus my thesis on an interesting and often underestimated topic, deafness and sign language, and I later discussed the figure of the sign language interpreter. In this paper, I focused on deafness, delving into its different types and the challenges that deaf people face on a daily basis. More than 6.1% of the world's population, about 466 million people, have a hearing impairment. In Italy, there are 7 million people with hearing impairment, which corresponds to 12.1% of the population. Deaf people constitute a rich and complex community, but one that is still too often overlooked. The European Union has its own multilingualism policy that ensures that linguistic diversity is respected and promoted within it, while preventing discrimination on the basis of language in the operation of the Union. However, this policy seems to promote and protect only spoken languages, neglecting the status of the sign languages as languages in their own right. There are 24 official languages spoken in Europe and 29 national sign languages. Sign languages have never received proper consideration. Suffice it to say that in Italy, official recognition of the Italian Sign Language did not occur until May 19, 2021. One of the goals of my research was to raise awareness on the importance of breaking down communication barriers and promoting the inclusion of deaf people. By gaining knowledge about sign language and deaf culture, we can build a more welcoming and inclusive society where everyone can feel a part of it. I also analyzed the figure of the interpreter, describing the history of this professional figure with special attention to the Nuremberg trial, a crucial point in the history of this profession, and focusing on the sign language interpreter. I devoted part of my work to the healthcare field. I focused on the importance of early diagnosis of deafness and the possibility of rehabilitation, especially for children, and on psychotherapy as a tool to promote the psychological well-being of deaf people. A specific therapeutic approach, attentive to the peculiarities of nonverbal communication, can make a difference in supporting the emotional and cognitive development of people belonging to this community. In this context, the sign language interpreter plays a key role on the inclusion of the deaf and makes access to necessary care possible. Finally, I provided an overview of the technologies available for the deaf and the interpreter. The video relay service, for example, allows people with hearing disabilities who use sign language to communicate over the phone via video equipment, rather than typed text. In this way, the user and the assistant can reach each other and communicate with each other using signs. Another technology is video remote interpreting, used when an interpreter is not available live. Through a video call, the interpreter is able to provide the deaf person with the assistance they need. In Italy, we have Visit Live, a platform through which patients can access health services, communicating in real time with providers through sign language. In conclusion, deaf is a disability, which is why the promotion of sign language, support for the interpreter, and the development of accessible technologies are critical for deaf people. Continued investment in research and education is needed to ensure that all deaf people have the right to communicate, participate in social life, and realize their full potential.